Greetings, brave adventurers! My name is FoxyBard, and I'm here today with another custom homebrew race for you. This is, once again, for Pathfinder 1st Edition, and this is one that I actually have had a player use in a campaign. It worked out quite well, and they had a lot of fun. So, without further ado, let me introduce the Lavaborn. Now, right up front, once again, there is a downloadable PDF in the video description if you would like to follow along, or if you would like to use this race in your own games. As far as power level, they are a little bit more than your core races, but not by much. And they should fit quite well into almost any power of campaign. And now, the Lavaborn. The children of both the Earth and Fire planes, Lavaborn are an enigma to most of their peers. Essentially, what I've done is I've shoved Ifrit and Oreads together and said, what can I make with this? It turns out I can make something very fun. So, for standard racial traits, we have their ability scores. Lavaborn are strong and passionate. Their mixed blood provides the best of both worlds. They get a +2 to strength and a +2 to charisma. No minus. As a type, they are outsiders with the native subtype, which is both an advantage and a disadvantage sometimes, as they're not affected by spells that target humanoids because they're not one. Unfortunately, that also counts a bunch of buff spells, so you get some pluses and some minuses with that one. Size, Lavaborn are medium creatures, thus have no bonuses or penalties due to their size. Speed, they have a base speed of 30 feet, all standard there. Now for languages, Lavaborn begin play speaking Common and their choice of either Ignan or Terran. Lavaborn with high intelligence scores can choose from the following: Aquan, Auran, Dwarven, Elven, Gnome, Halfling, Ignan, and Terran. These are the same options that are presented to both Oread and Ifrit, so nothing special there. For their defense racial traits, they have Acid Resistance 5 and Fire Resistance 5, which, again, are taken just from Ifrit and from Oread. As far as senses go, Lavaborn do have dark vision, up to 60 feet, which is also pretty standard for most of the elemental bloodline races. Now this is where their unique racial identity starts to come into play, in the magical racial traits. They have a spell-like ability. Lavaborn can use Thunderstomp once per day as a spell-like ability. The caster level equals Lavaborn's total level, and uses Charisma for the casting modifier. That's pretty standard for most racial-based spell-like abilities. But of course I had to give them something unique, so they get a movement racial trait called Lava Rush. So long as you are standing on natural, unworked stone or earth, your base speed increases by 5 feet. If that stone is volcanic, your base speed increases by 10 feet instead. It is up to your DM what counts as volcanic, though it's usually going to be most igneous rocks. Basalt is probably your most common. But the most important part is that it must be unworked, natural stone. It cannot be a path. And that is it. This is a much simpler race than the last one I made, but it was very fun for the player to play, and their character, who was a Lavaborn barbarian, was an absolute delight to have in the game. I adored them. So take this race in hand and find your own volcanic destiny. If there's another race or concept that you'd like to see me tackle, just let me know in the comments and I will absolutely do my best to make that for you. We're at the end of the video, you know the drill. Do all the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, comment, all of that. Thank you to the patrons at patreon.com/FoxyBard. You help me keep doing this and keep going strong. I'd tell you to douse the fire, but I really don't want to anger the Lavaborn, so just leave the fire going. They like it that way. But still, get back to your own adventures.